Hi Swifties, welcome back to my channel. I am the Taylor Swiftologist, and if you've never been here before, I'm a journalist by trade and a Swiftie by choice, and in my free time I like to devote my organizational, analytical, and commentary skills to dissecting the public persona of Taylor Swift. So if that sounds good to you, make sure to subscribe, like, and leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Before we get into it, I'd just like to, have a little disclaimer based off of some feedback I received over my reaction videos to the release week happenings. It seems as though anybody who doesn't have a uniformly positive opinion of Taylor Swift needs to be taken out into the courtyard and shot, which I didn't know because I'm getting a lot of comments telling me I'm bad at my job, that I'm a bad person, that I don't actually like Taylor Swift, just because I didn't like one music video. Can everybody who watches my channel please just engage your brain and realize that just because I don't like something doesn't mean that I don't think that Taylor is the most sensational artist in the universe. I obviously do. I have a whole channel dedicated to her, and I've probably been a Swiftie about 10 times longer than those people who are leaving me comments have. So I just wanted to throw that out there and let you all know that, yes, I believe in free speech. I have the freedom of speech to say whatever I want on my channel, and you have the freedom of speech to say whatever you want on your channel. But if you come to my page and you come at me disrespectfully in the comments, I will block you. Period. End of story. So just don't try it. If you're gonna try it, I'm gonna block you. So if you'd like to be blocked, please leave a terrible, mean comment. Other than that, I would like to welcome my faithful, loyal, wonderful subscribers back to my channel. And to any new viewers, I am excited to have you aboard this train. Just remember, don't leave me anything ridiculous in the comment section, and we will get along just fine. So today I'm going to be re-ranking Red based off of the Taylor's version re-recordings and vault tracks that we have. I'm a little nervous to do this because I know for sure that my favorites are going to change. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to pretend that this is my first time hearing Red, okay? I have no prior preconceptions of any of these songs. I'm going to pretend that my Red Taylor's version listen was my first time listen. So that means that a lot of my favorites may not end up being my favorites after this. Know that in my heart, of course, they are still my favorites, but for the purposes of this, re-ranking, I want to be a little scandalous. I want to push the envelope. So yeah, I'm just gonna go straight into it. I found this cute little layout on tierlists.com, and the rankings that we have are worship songs, yelling, wow, yeah, okay, and no comment. So let's just get straight into it. All right, up first, State of Grace. I have always liked State of Grace, but it has never quite reached that upper echelon of my opinion. But I have to say the re-recording was really, really good. The new vocals, the big girl vocals that Taylor, showed us on this re-recording really elevated the song for me in some way, and I'm gonna put it in the yelling tier because of that. I think it's just not one of my worship songs. It's never going to be. That doesn't mean that it's amazing. That doesn't mean that it isn't amazing, because it is. Up next, Red. Oh my god. Red. Okay, I've always loved this song, always. Wait, I'm trying to do this without referencing the old songs. Okay. This song that I've never heard before slaps so fucking hard. The production is so good, the vocals go sicko mode crazy at the end. So I have to put Red in a worship song. It sounds biblical, right? Like there's something very gospel-esque about the reds and the bridge, One of my favorite lines is comes back to me burning red in the outro. I don't know, it just sounds so pleasing to my ears. I knew you were trouble. Now, if we're judging based off of the re-recordings, I have no motherfucking comment about I Knew You Were Trouble. All I will say is that sometimes it's fun to fuck up your biggest hits. Next, Treacherous. Treacherous for me is kind of like the other side of the door in the fact that the last 30 seconds of the song go absolutely buck wild. Makes me want to shave my head and like pluck all my eyelashes off. It's so good with that double bridge / second chorus. But I like the lyrics in the first couple of minutes of the songs, but it's kind of a snooze to me, okay? So we are just gonna put her in wow. Okay, we're just gonna put her in wow. That's, I think, a little generous, but I'm gonna leave her there. All Too Well, the standard, boring old 5-minute version. Now listen, I think that All Too Well was cut down to make an excellent song. Obviously, we have the sharpest vignettes, the sharpest images, the best scenes, the best moments. This is the most polished edition of All Too Well. And while I appreciate the 10-minute version for its candor, this is really how the song is supposed to sound, I think, in all actuality. So I'm gonna put this in yelling, because I think I'm gonna have to put the 10-minute version in a worship song, just because of how raw it is. But know that I think that the original execution of All Too Well was perfect. 22, worship songs. Okay, this has always been one of my worship songs. I have been writing hard for this song since 2012. When all the other bitches were complaining about Taylor going pop, this is a conversation that you would not know anything about if you weren't on Tumblr back in the day, or if you weren't a fan in 2012. Seems like some of you were born in 2012. But back in the day, you know, there was a huge war about Taylor going pop. The fandom was very split on it. Some people wanted her to stay as a total country artist. Many people were complaining about the fact that Red wasn't a country album, though to this day I contest that Red is a country album, given the huge breadth of songwriting and emotion that we see from front to back. So 22 is in my worship songs because it is so much fun, and I think that it's actually a really smart, clever, and meaningful song that people don't realize because the production is so fun. But that description of your 20s being happy, free, confused, and lonely at the same time, miserable and magical, I mean, okay, William Shakespeare is so jealous. I almost do. I'm gonna put this in yelling. I love this song. The new instrumentation was very rich, very pretty, very textured. Some people's voices on the track sound really good. So I'm gonna have to put I almost do in yelling. She probably was in worship songs back in the day for me, but you know, you live and you learn, you grow, you get older with this album. We are never ever getting back together. Okay, so I've listened to the re-recorded versions a few times, and it is just lacking punch. It's lacking bite. And this song is all about attitude. It's all about personality and sassiness. And we're just getting kind of a lazy version of it on this version of Red. So I'm gonna give it yeah, because definitely the last 30 seconds went extra crazy because her vocals are so much better. But I think that We Are Never could have been a worship song had it just been treated with the respect that it deserved. Stay, stay, stay. No comment. I have always felt that way about Stay, 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 and I will until the end of time. The Last Time. I mean, I have to put it in worship songs. This one was so faithful to the original recording that I was so impressed that both her and Gary managed to like keep it so similar, and the instrumentation was very similar too. There is a slight tune down on the guitar from the original version that I noticed, but you know what? I love this song, and I'm going to have to keep it in the worship songs until the end of time. Now this next song, this is actually going to physically hurt me to do, but I'm going to have to put Holy Ground in wow. And Holy Ground is my favorite Taylor song of all time, like of all time, every single tune, that's number one. But this re-recording, there is something about it that has a wormhole quality. Like, I don't know what it is, the instrumentation is fucked up, I don't know how that happened because Ryan Tedder came back in to produce it, and yet it is still not good. It's the production. The vocals are fine, but the production really just kind of missed the mark for me. And it has such a distinctive opening kind of like twang, and they fucked that up, and the steel drums just like weren't hitting. It sounded slower. Like, I don't know what happened, but something bad happened. Sad, Beautiful, Tragic, I'm gonna put in yelling because, again, the intro was a little bit off on the re-recorded version, but the vocals were really beautiful, and it was otherwise a very faithful arrangement, so I'm very happy about that. The Lucky One, now I'm just saying, the Lucky One is nothing new for people who can't read, okay? It is a dumbed down version of Nothing New. So let's just put her in no comment because it's like too vague and too boring for me to like really appreciate it as anything else. Everything Has Changed. I'm gonna put it in wow, actually, because I love the last 30 seconds of this song, like The Other Side of the Door, like Treacherous. I mean, they had that same kind of quality where it's like a bog standard good song and then it just gets really great at the end. The Newfound Grace and Dust Off Your Highest Hopes, like there are just some really beautiful moments in this. And I have a certain nostalgia for Ed and Taylor collabing together, even though Ed is like an embarrassment now. Back in the day, in 2012, the year some of you were born, as I said, back in the day, he was like pretty talented and we were really excited for him to work with Taylor. Starlight. Starlight is going into yelling, which is so weird because I have always consistently made fun of Starlight, said that it was terrible, said that it was a waste of time, said that it was Kennedy fanfic, which it still is. But as I've gotten older, I've just like learned to have fun, and I had so much fun listening to Starlight. It just kind of bangs and goes off, and you have to accept it as the kind of like dated pop song that it is. Like, it truly is of its time, so I'm happy to give Starlight the respect that it deserves in retrospect. Begin Again. Again, one of my absolute favorite Taylor songs. Can I say that the re-recorded version really gripped me in the same way? No, but because the writing is so good, I'm gonna throw it into worship songs anyway, because, you know, she just, I mean, we have to acknowledge excellence when we see it. The moment I knew, I've never been so crazy about this song, or I was when I was 16, and I'm not now that I'm 25, but I think that it's good. I like the imagery, red lipstick with no one to impress. I'm gonna put it in, yeah, because it just kind of like doesn't take off, you know, it's a little too maudlin for me. Come Back, Be Here, love the re-recorded version. The way she says come back sounds completely different, and I kind of like it, so I'm gonna put that in yelling. Or am I gonna put it in wow? I'm gonna put it in wow. Wow, I'm being tough today, huh? Girl at Home, no fucking comment. I can't get started or I will have a nervous breakdown on what happened to Girl at Home. Just, I'm saying a prayer for the original Girl at Home. Please give me a moment. Amen. Okay, State of Grace acoustic. I like it, but it's kind of boring, so I'm just gonna put it in okay. I never even gravitated to the original acoustic version that much. Better Man. Okay, when I read that she said in some interview recently that she was either going to put Better Man or All Too Well as a track 5, it totally made sense to me. Better Man is a track 5. Like, it has all the distinct qualities of an emotional, like, gripping, horrible, heartbreaking, punch you in the face kind of song, knock out all your teeth. That is how I feel when I listen to the song. Something about me just goes feral. And it has very quintessential Taylor qualities in terms of the formula and like the way that it's set up and structured as a song. And there are so many classic Taylor images, waking up at 4 a.m., looking at yourself in the mirror, telling herself something. I mean, I just have to appreciate excellence when I see it. So this is going into my worship songs. And keep in mind, this wasn't there before, you know, because we didn't have her version of it. Nothing New. Wow. What a song. I feel like I should do a whole video dedicated to the origins of that song, where it came from, why I think she wrote it at the time that she did. I kind of get into it on my podcast, The Evolution of a Snake, which you can listen to down below. We just hit 50,000 streams. I'm so excited about it. Nothing New. I mean, the writing is just so good. I can forgive the feature. Like, I really can. So I'm going to put it in worship songs. Woohoo! Babe. I love Babe. I was so excited for the re-recorded version of Babe, and something about the production sounded very Red demo to me. If you've heard the Red demo from Red, the first version, it just has this weird kind of like clanging, unfinished production sound, and I think that Babe has that too, which disappoints me because this song really has the potential to go crazy, go stupid, you know? So I'm gonna put this in okay, but know that I love it deep down in my heart. Message in a Bottle, so fun. Okay, I laughed my ass off when I first heard it because I was like, okay, this is kind of stupid, but it's cute. It's a really sweet song. It's generic. I see it as Taylor's like practice attempt, her warm-up for all the other pop songs on the record. 22, We Are Never, I Knew Your Trouble. So I'm gonna put this in yelling because like when it comes on, I can't help but shake my ass, you know? I Bet You Think About Me, no comment. This one just isn't for me. I didn't like the video, which apparently makes me a war criminal, but I Bet You Think About Me, I get it. Like, there's a lot of tea in it and the writing is okay. I just don't like it when she LARPs as like a poor person. That is just not my favorite thing in the world. Forever Winter, I'm gonna put that in, yeah. I was about to put it in wow, but I feel like it's just a little plain and simple. I like the theme and I like the idea that she's exploring here. It has a beautiful pre-chorus. I'm obsessed with the pre-chorus, but the rest of the song is kind of a snooze. And speaking of snoozes, Run. I know I raved about it, but I think that was just like my nostalgic impulses coming. But I'm still, you know what? I'm gonna put it in wow because it was really cute and it was sweet and I liked the lyrics, the duet, so fun. The Very First Night. There's something in this song. Like, it is laced with crack cocaine or something very addictive because whenever the song comes on, I want to play it over and over and over and over again. It has burrowed into my brain. But I kind of think of it the same way that I think of Message in a Bottle in terms of it being a little generic and not very serious. But, you know, we love to bring a little bit of Halerification into Red. So I'm going to put this in yelling. And to top it all off, we have The Woman, the Myth, the Legend, All Too Well, the 10-minute version. I mean, it has to be a worship song. Like, it's been locked up in the vault for so long. The writing is so good. It's all over the place, but that really like captures the essence of like what the song is supposed to be and what Red is about. So I will allow her to enter the worship song portion of this ranking. But yeah, I think that's it. That's all of the songs that I have ranked. Comment and let me know where all of your favorites have fallen after you heard the re-recorded versions. Did anything change for you? Was anything different? Are you surprised at how you felt revisiting these songs and coming back to them? And also, if you were not a Swiftie in 2012, let me know what it was like experiencing Red again for the first time. when you were like fully a Swiftie. It's fun, right? So yeah, that's it for this video. Make sure to subscribe and leave a comment. We're so close to 2,000 subscribers, which I'm really excited about. And I will be back at you with more videos very soon. Let me know what you want to see because I'm ready to do the damn thing. So if you have specific requests, I have a few fun ideas, but if you have anything that you want to see, please let me know. I'm always around and listening to your opinions. All right. Oh, and don't forget, if you're rude, you'll be blocked. Okay, goodbye, Swifties.